Hello students, welcome to our online classes. This is Kiran Pandey. We had started a chapter from geography and that is physical features of India. This video is part 3 from the same chapter. In the previous video, we had studied about the division of Himalayas and we came to know that the Himalayas geologically young and structurally fold mountains which are stretched over the northern borders of India. So let's start today's topic. Our first topic is northern plains. They are situated in the south of Himalayas and these plains are also known as Indo-Gangetic plains. This is the location of Himalayas and this is the distribution of northern plains. So northern plains are situated on the south of Himalayas. And northern plains are also known as Indo-Gangetic plain. Formation. Northern plains are formed by the silt deposited by Himalayan rivers and their tributaries. Silt is the fine sand that is carried by running water. So northern plains are formed by the deposition of silt by the Himalayan rivers. Northern plains have been formed by three river basins. Three river basins are Ganga Basin, Brahmaputra Basin and Satluj Basin. Look at these three basins. This is Satluj Basin, this is Ganga Basin and this is Brahmaputra basin. So northern plain have been formed by three river basins. The first one is Satluj Basin, Ganga Basin and Brahmaputra Basin. The northern plain is broadly divided into three sections: Punjab Plains, Ganga Plains and Brahmaputra Plains. The western part of the northern plain is referred to as Punjab Plains and it is formed by Indus and its tributaries, the Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi and Satluj. This section of plain is dominated by the Doabs. Now what is Doab? Doab is made up of two words. Do means two, Ab means water. So Punjab is also made up of two words. Panj mean five and Ab mean water. So this is the Doab means the land area which is between two rivers. So next one is Ganga Plains. The Ganga Plains extends between Ghagra and Tista rivers and it is spread over the state of North India, North Indian state Haryana, Delhi, UP, Bihar, Jharkhand and West Bengal. And the last one is Brahmaputra Plain. Brahmaputra Plain particularly lie in Assam and this plain receives heavy rainfall and produces rice jute on a large scale. According to the variation in relief features, the northern plain can be divided into four regions. So, on the basis of relief features, it is divided into four parts: Bhabar, Tarai, Khadar and Bangar. What is Bhabar? Bhabar lying at the foothills of Shivaliks, a narrow 8 to 16 meter wide belt of pebbles. Pebbles is small stones. Tarai lying next to the Bhabar, a wet and marshy area with wildlife and forest. It is basically a marshy area or we can say wetland area. Next one is Bhangar. This is old alluvium plain which rises above the level of floodplains. And last one is Khadar. Khadar is younger alluvium of the floodplains. Let's discuss more about Bangar and Khadar. So, Bangar is old alluvial, Khadar is new alluvial. And Bhangar soil is found far from the river basins. And Khadar soils are found close to the river basins. That's why it is also known as newer alluvial soil. And alluvial soil, you all know, alluvial soils are deposited by the surface water, and alluvial soil has the highest productivity. So Bangar is less fertile and not suitable for agriculture, but Khadar is very fertile and they are very suitable for agriculture. So this is all about the uh, division of what? Northern plains according to the variation of relief features. Bangar is old alluvial, Khadar is new alluvial. Bangar is less fertile and Khadar is very fertile. Bangar is suitable for agriculture and Khadar is not suitable. Bangar is not suitable for agriculture, but Khadar is very suitable for agriculture. And Bangar soil is found far from the river basin. At it, Khadar soil is found close to the river basins. So this is all about the northern plains. Now our next topic is Peninsular Plateau. The situation of Peninsular Plateau is, the Peninsular Plateau is a tableland and it is composed of crystalline, igneous and metamorphic rocks. And it was formed due to breaking and drifting of Gondwana land, and thus making it part of oldest landmass. So Peninsular Plateau is a tableland, or it is composed of what? Crystalline, igneous and metamorphic rocks. And it is formed due to the breaking and drifting of Gondwana land, or that's why it is known as oldest landmass. Its height ranges from 600 to 900. So what are the characteristics of this plateau region? This physiographic feature of India is the oldest and most stable landmass. So this is the most stable landmass, and it is rich in black soil, and it poses various geographical features like block mountains, rift valleys which are formed by Narmada and Tapi, deltas are formed by various rivers like Mahanadi, Krishna and Godavari. The Peninsular Plateau is divided into three parts: the Deccan Plateau, Central Highlands, Northern and Eastern Plateaus. Deccan Plateau. This is the location of Deccan Plateau. It is bordered by Western Ghat in west, Eastern Ghat in east, and Vindhyas and Satpuras ranges in north. So, Deccan Plateau is bordered by Western Ghat in west, Eastern Ghat in east, and Vindhyan and Satpura range on north. So look at this map where the Deccan Plateau is bordered by Western Ghat. This is Western Ghat, Eastern Ghat, and Vindhyan and Satpura range. So this is the situation of Deccan Plateau. Western Ghat is also known by different names like Sahyadri in Maharashtra, Nilgiri Hills in Karnataka, and Tamil Nadu and Annamalai Hills in Kerala. Deccan Plateau consists of two parts, Western Ghat and Eastern Ghats. So, what is Western Ghat and what is Eastern Ghat? Western Ghat, they are formed on the western side or arm of the Peninsular Plateau, and Eastern Ghat are formed on the eastern side. They are regular and continuous and can be crosses through passes only. They are discontinuous and irregular and dissected by rivers draining into Bay of Bengal. Look at this map, students. This is the location of Western Ghats and this is the location of Eastern Ghat. Eastern Ghat is irregular. Why it is irregular? Because dissected by the rivers which are draining into the Bay of Bengal. They lie parallel to the Malabar coast. Western Ghats lie parallel to the Malabar coast, and Eastern Ghats lie parallel to the Coromandel coast. So, Western Ghats lie parallel to the Malabar coast, and Eastern Ghat lie parallel to the Coromandel coast. They are comparatively higher in elevation, and their average elevation is 900 to 1600 meters. And what about Eastern Ghat? Eastern Ghat have comparatively lower elevation. So Western Ghat are having a higher elevation, and their average elevation is 600 meters. The highest peak in the Western Ghat are the Anaimuri and the Doda Beta, and the highest peak in Eastern Ghat is Mahendragiri. So, Western Ghat on west side regular and continuous, parallel to the Malabar coast, comparatively higher in elevation, and the highest peaks are Anaimuri and Doda Beta. West Eastern Ghat in eastern side, discontinuous, lie parallel to the Coromandel coast, comparatively lower elevation, and highest peaks are Mahendragiri. So this is all about Western Ghat and Eastern Ghats. Now the second division is Central Highlands. So it is bounded by Aravalli Range in west, Satpura Range in north, and Chota Nagpur Plateau in south. Look at this location. Central Highlands are bounded by Aravalli Range in west, Satpura Range in north, and Chota Nagpur Plateau. This is Chota Nagpur Plateau in south. So this is the location of Central Highlands. This is the example of relict mountains eroded by wind. So Deccan Plateau is the example of relict mountains eroded by wind. Its elevation is 700 to 1000 meters above the sea level, with its slope towards the northeast direction. So this is all about Central Highlands. And the third division of Peninsular Plateau is Northern and Eastern Plateau. Northern and Eastern Plateau is the northeastern extension of Peninsular Plateau, but now it has gone detached in the form of Meghalaya Plateau. Meghalaya Plateau is divided into three hills named Garo, Khasi and Jaintia. Meghalaya Plateau receives the highest rainfall, is rich in mineral resources like coal, iron ore and limestones. So this is the location of Meghalayan Plateau, and it is divided by three hills. What are the three hills? Garo Hills, Khasi Hills and Jaintia Hills. So this is the location of Northeastern Plateau. The third one is Chota Nagpur Plateau. Chota Nagpur Plateau forms the northeast part of Central Highlands, and parts of Jharkhand, Odisha, Chhattisgarh, Bihar lie in the plateau. Ranchi, Hazaribagh, Singhbhumi and Manbhumi are its main cities. The plateau is rich in coal, which is used to converting iron into steels. So this is all about the details of Peninsular Plateau. Thank you, students.